I can hear you. You're very keen to look forward and on what's to come in the future. Sir Jim Ratcliffe has spoken over the international break and very publicly given his backing to Ruben Amorim, and that he really does see him potentially quite long term here. What did you make of that?
No, I think it's good for the club to give some stability. We all know, and I think the manager spoke a lot about that. Results make a manager. Stay or not, and the manager is very aware of that. The players are very aware that we need to improve and to win games, also to help the manager to be more stable and to be more confident of what we can do in the moment and in the future. I think the club needs stability. That's the main thing, I think, from Sir Jim, that he wants to pass through everyone, and we always spoke about giving them time. So I think sometimes you need to look at the bigger picture, and obviously from the club side they need to do that. And as a player and as a group of players, we believe that the manager can help this club to get back where it belongs.
Does it feel like a vote of confidence in the project and what you're doing here with the manager as a team?
Yeah, of course. I don't know what's the aim of Sir Jim to say that and to give that interview. I think is to pass some confidence to the club, to the team, to the staff, also to make it look that we are in a good path, not in the path we want still, but we are in a good path, and we just want to improve that. And if Sir Jim sees that as the same way as we players see that the manager is the right one for the job, he makes it better. Then we have two group of people looking in the same way.
We'll get back to Bruno in just a quick second, but remember, if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. Don't forget to click the notification button so that you know when the next Big D video hits. And as ever, if there's something on your mind, if something is bubbling up inside of you that you need to express, please express it in the comments. The Big D reads all of the comments and he's always interested in what is on your mind. Anyway, in this clip, Bruno Fernandes has a really nice in-depth chat prior to the Liverpool game tomorrow. He talks about Ruben Amorim, his system, his role in the system. He talks about Sir Jim Ratcliffe as well and how he's backed the manager. And he talks about, some of the things that may have caused the dodgy results that we've been having lately. And much more. Stick around for after the clip, because the Big D is going to be giving his thoughts on everything Bruno had to say and on the great man himself. Here's Bruno.
What do you think it might do for the external noise around Ruben Amorim and the ever-ending pressure it seems like he's under, that he's only ever one game away from this crisis every time?
Yeah, but any manager that will come here will be one game away of a crisis anyway, because at this club is always like that. If you win a game, it looks like you're going to win the league. If you lose a game, it looks like you're going to get a cloud into the club that is not going to go anymore. So we have players that are aware of the dimension of the club and how it works. So we don't need this around us. What we need is to know what we're doing, what we want to achieve in the long term, and what we want to achieve for the next game. That's the aim for every player. It needs to be, because, as I said, this club will be at any time, in any moment, every manager will be under pressure when they get a bad result, and obviously our manager is no different for that, but is very prepared for that, and he knows how big of a challenge the challenge this is, and I think he's very prepared for that.
The system, do you think we talk about it too much?
If you don't win games, you will talk about anything. So you talk about the players, you talk about the system, you try to find problems.
Is that fair, though, or unfair, really, that you are so heavily judged just by what the result is?
I don't know. That's on the person that speaks out about, and we can't do anything about that. Obviously, we have everyone has a different way of thinking about football. Everyone has their own tactics. Everyone thinks this player is better than that one, and obviously from the outside it will be always easier to see it. And you don't see the day by day. You don't see how the people behave in training. You don't see many of the things that that we do during the week that make the manager make some decisions and play some players. So I wouldn't say that it's unfair or whatever, because people have their right to have their own opinion and think differently. At least there are many other teams that play in the same system and win. So I don't think it is the system or it is the players. It's just the moment and the other teams that adapt well. We played against Sunderland with the back three, and they had to make a sub in the first half to adapt to us because they couldn't find a way of pressing us. So it always depends who you approach and you face, and the way they face the way we play. And if you do the right things in the right way, sometimes you're going to cause troubles to teams. And it could be with a 3-4-3, with a 3-5-2, with a 4-3-3, or whatever you want, because every team has problems in their way. We facing Liverpool that plays in a 4-3-3 and have problems in the last 3 games, and it could be the system, it could not be the system, it could be the players, it could be anything else.
I suppose though, when you have those results, things aren't going your way, with the key role that you are playing in this deeper position within that system, does it weigh quite heavily on you personally?
No, it's playing for this club is it's massive, but at the same time it's a big privilege. So it doesn't change by the position; it will be always the same. And I said this when I was in my time in Portugal. Now that I had to talk also. I love to play football anywhere in the pitch. I love to play football, and I will always give the best of my abilities to help the team. And if the manager thinks at this moment in time or in any different game, he thinks this position will be better for you because you will help the team more here, that you will help there, I will make it, because it's about the result, the end result, and the end product for the team, and not for myself. What I need to look at is that if the team is playing well and doing the right things in the way we want, and I'm helping there in the way the manager wants me to do, why I should change my position.
Are you enjoying it though? I suppose it is the question that people are wondering.
I enjoy, as I said, I enjoy playing football. You can put me anywhere on the pitch. If you want me to play wing back, goalkeeper, centre back, I will do the best of my abilities. Obviously, everyone has a favorite position to play, but my role doesn't change that much, and probably being in that position I get more involved in the game. I touch more the ball, I can serve more my players up front, like probably not with the assist, but with the ball that go through the lines for them to create something. So it's very important to have someone behind you that is very able of doing that. And in my time when I was doing so well here as a 10, I had Matic that was great at doing that, I had Paul that was great at doing that, and that's why I grew a lot and I was so good and I was getting a lot of balls and create a lot for my teammates, because the ball was coming from there. And now I've Casa that is very good at doing that with one touch. Manu, if we play him there, we know that he's going to be more a player that is going to hunt the ball and recover for us. Kobe is a player that we know that he's going to break the lines with driving the ball with the power he has and also the ability in tight spaces to get away from players. So we have different qualities there that can help the team, and then it's on the manager to choose the one that he thinks will be better for each game.
Yeah, I suppose as you're saying that everyone's playing their part, aren't they? But for you personally, again, it's a bit of a shift, isn't it? You know, I think the happiest we've seen you, the most smiley, is when you're scoring, you're assisting, you're directly involved in those attacking plays. Has it been a bit of a shift for you, a bit of an adjustment in that sense, that perhaps you're not on the score sheet as much, you're not directly assisting as much as you were?
I could have 4 goals already in the league. I missed 2 penalties, so I will still be in there, you know. So I don't think, obviously it changed because I'm a little bit deeper than I was last year, for example, that I played more in the left-hand side or right-hand side. But still the manager gives me a lot of freedom when we get into the final third. He wants me to get more into that 10 position, to be close from the box, to get more shots, to get the chance of creating from there. So it's then obviously it comes when we need to be more brave in pin teams back, and then we'll give the ability of the number 8 or the number 6, normally with me and Kobe being the ones that go more up and down. So we'll give more the ability of us to get into that 10 position, to then play from there and have the 6 trying to hold all the counterattacks with the 3 defenders in the back. So We just have to be more capable of getting into the final third and then play from there. And then me and Kobe will be more able to be in that final third position to assist, give the goals to the team and everything. Everyone wants to score goals, everyone wants to assist because it's the main thing of the game. But as a group of players, the main thing of the game is win games. So that's all I want.
Let me tell you something straight away. Bruno Fernandes is a proper baller. He's not always perfect. He's not always clean cut with his decision making. But I'll tell you what, the man leads. He gives a toss. And in a world of pampered, TikTok-obsessed, hairline prioritising footballers, that in and of itself is rare. So when he sat down for this pre-Liverpool interview and gave his thoughts on Jim Ratcliffe, Ruben Amorim, United's stability, the system and the microscope, the dreaded Man United microscope that this great football club always lives under, you better believe I was paying attention. I wasn't scrolling, I wasn't skipping, I was listening. And what I heard was, it was a man who gets it. But also, and this is important, a man who's doing what he has to do. And in my opinion, that man should not be playing in central midfield. Now, I just want to unpack this just a little bit, okay? Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Bruno's first major point was that Sir Jim Ratcliffe's backing Ruben Amorim publicly might be just a signal. Not just to the fans, but to the players and the staff. And that message is, we're sticking with this guy. Now, whether that's footballing genius or corporate PR damage control, I'll leave that for you to decide. But I do respect it. Because how many years have we been here, right? Moyes, Van Gaal, Mourinho, Ollie, Ralph Rangnick, rinse and repeat. We sack a manager and expect instant results from the next one. As though Old Trafford's a Greg's and we're just queuing up for a sausage roll. It's weird. And that's not how greatness is built. We all know the story. Sir Alex Ferguson. Yeah, let's bring him up. He wasn't an overnight success. He had years and, we nearly binned him off before that infamous Mark Robins goal in the FA Cup. But the club held firm. And we got 2 decades of domination. So for Jim Ratcliffe to say, no, not this time, we're back in the process. Credit where credit's due. Whether Ruben Amorim's the right man is a separate debate, and we'll get there. But in principle, stability wins. Simple as that, really. But every win is a title, every loss is a disaster. And now Bruno nails it here when he talks about that. Man United is not a normal football club. Never has been. It's kind of like a religion, really, a soap opera, a global business, a historical monument, and a daily headline all in one. There's no neutrality, no quiet days. Every time we win a game, it's title charge back on. Every time we lose, burn the house down, sack the manager, we're getting relegated. He said, we know how it is at this club. It's always going to be this way. Now, that's not just understanding the pressure, that's absorbing it. And that's exactly why Bruno Fernandes, for all his critics, deserves the captain's armband. Because too many players at United have shrunk under that spotlight. But Bruno, he thrives on it. He feeds off of it like Roy Keane used to feed off chaos. But, and here's the kicker, he's been wasted in central midfield. And I'm sick to death of it. But, he's got a great attitude. He says, I'll play wherever the manager wants me to play. And this is where I have to draw the line, because while the sentiment is admirable and Bruno's commitment to the cause is exactly what we want from a captain, let's not act like this isn't hurting us. Because Bruno Fernandes is not a central midfielder. He never has been. And quite frankly, he never should be. When he first arrived at United, he lit the place up. Why? Because he played high, between the lines, threading passes, popping up with goals, causing havoc. He had the freedom. He had a striker ahead of him, usually Cavani or whoever, Martial, and he had runners around him. But now, he's picking the ball up off the centre-backs like he's prime Michael Carrick. He's getting pressed into mistakes and then getting pelters from pundits who've forgotten what his actual job is. I mean, I get that Amorim wants to play this 3-4-3. I get that systems matter, but at some point, surely the system has to bend to fit the best players. You don't sign Michelangelo and ask him to paint a fence, do you? No. You give him the bloody Sistine Chapel. He needs a canvas, and he needs to be in the right position in front of that canvas. But anyway, Amorim's 3-4-3 and football system obsession, Bruno made a decent point here too. That results, good or bad, aren't always about the system. Sometimes it's the players, sometimes it's the chemistry, sometimes it's the opponent. The momentum, the press, the rain, the crowd. Football is chaos disguised as strategy. But modern managers and modern fans as well, let's not forget, are obsessed with systems, unfortunately. Is it 3-4-3? Is it 4-2-3-1? A double pivot? An inverted fullback? Is it like it's like trying to play Sudoku with 11 millionaires and wondering why it doesn't work. I don't know, there's just too much rigidity in football these days and not enough flair. Not enough improvisation. Not enough give it to gigs until the end of the season. Remember that? Now, Amorim's system, it is solid in theory, but theories don't win you games at Turf Moor on a rainy Monday. Practicality does, and right now, shoehorning Bruno Fernandes into a deeper role is costing us creativity. It's like buying a Ferrari and using it to tow a caravan. You just don't do it, do you? Now, United's identity crisis and Bruno's loyalty. I mean, here's what I like about Bruno. He's never hidden. Even when he plays badly, and yes, he fronts up. He apologises when needed. He celebrates when earned. And he fights for the badge. And in this era of Agent Sulkin and leaks to Fabrizio Romano, that makes him a unicorn. The fact that he's backing Ruben Amorim in public, even if privately he knows the system's flawed, tells me one thing. He's doing what a captain should do. He's holding the line. He's saying, I might not agree with it all, but while I wear this armband, I'll represent the manager, the badge, and the fans in the right way. And you can't buy that. Well, you kind of can. You know, we bought him for about 65 million. But you know what I mean? That's leadership. That's Roy Keane level of loyalty. But here's where I differ slightly from Bruno, because I'm not on the payroll. I can speak my mind, and so let's be clear. Bruno belongs as a number 10, full stop. I don't care what the XG says. I don't care if Gary Neville's telestrata shows him popping up at right back for 3 seconds. The man is a number 10. He needs to be in and around the box. He needs to be the link between midfield and attack, and he needs to be where the chaos is, because he thrives in chaos. Stick him next to Casemiro or Kobe Mainoo and he gets bogged down in defensive duties. His natural game gets dulled, and it's like clipping the wings off a falcon and asking it to catch mice. We've lost too many games this season because of a lack of creativity in the final third. And same with last season as well. And you don't fix that by moving your most creative player away from the final third. It's basic maths or common sense, whatever you want to say. But what United need moving forward is, well, Bruno's loyalty is commendable. And Sir Jim's backing of Ruben Amorim is wise for now, but let's not pretend everything is rosy. Bruno needs to be used properly. He needs unleashed. And Ruben Amorim needs to adapt to players, not just patterns. Now, Sir Jim must protect the long-term vision, but not at the cost of now. So it'll be interesting to see how we go, because football fans are patient until they're not. And this club has had a decade of trauma, relative to Man United, of false dawns, of stop-start projects. We don't want another Nearly man. We want the next chapter to finally begin. Bruno thinks we're on the right path. I hope he's right. But that path, I mean, it starts with using your best players in their best positions. Not because the system says so, but because Manchester United says so. Now, final thought. As Rudyard Kipling once wrote, if you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. Well, Bruno's doing that. He's keeping his head. He's leading the lads and the team, and he's trusting the project. Let's just hope the rest of the club, Amorim included, starts trusting him enough to play him where he belongs. Because if we want to move forward, we can't keep dragging our best talent backwards.